All right, let's pull back the curtain on a world that most of us never get to see. It's a world of massive power, for sure, but it's also a world of incredible microscopic precision, where the safety of millions of people really does hinge on details you'd probably never even think to look for. It all kind of revolves around this number, 144. That's how many of these gigantic electric locomotives, the real workhorses of the National Railway, are all cared for by just one single facility, the Erode Logo Shed. And, they're not just meeting their goals, they're crushing them. Goods train availability is running almost 9% above target. I mean, that is an insane level of efficiency. So the big question is, how on earth do they pull this off, day in and day out? Well, it really starts with a mindset, a philosophy of absolute precision, and this almost obsessive focus on the tiny details. It's this deep understanding that a giant, complex machine is only as strong as its smallest, most stressed-out parts. So we're not going to look at the whole engine today. Nope. Instead, we're going to zoom way in, past the big stuff, and focus on just one single component. But it's a component that takes an unbelievable amount of stress and is absolutely fundamental to the locomotive's ability to even move. And that brings us to the unsung hero of our story today, the axle box. Just think of it like this. It's the vital link that lets the massive, crushing weight of the locomotive ride smoothly on its wheels, often at super high speeds. I mean, if this one part fails, well, the consequences are just catastrophic. So this thing doesn't just get a quick checkup, no way. It goes through a complete, meticulous overhaul, a multi-stage procedure that's basically like open-heart surgery for steel. And this happens every single time a locomotive comes in for a major service. So what does this intricate surgery on a massive piece of solid steel actually involve? What does it look like? Okay, so the whole process gets broken down into 4 distinct and absolutely crucial phases. Each one has its own super exacting standards, and believe me, there are 0 shortcuts. In these first 2 phases, every single trace of old material is stripped away. Now, what's really cool here is that grease sample. It gets sent to a lab and analyzed just like a blood test. They're looking for microscopic metal fragments that can signal internal wear and tear long before it ever becomes a serious problem. After all the visual and auditory checks are done, things get even more intense. We're moving into the world of microscopic and internal testing, where precision is measured in fractions of a millimeter. Here, precision is absolutely everything. Technicians are using these highly calibrated micrometers to measure every single dimension, making sure each part is perfect, right down to the 100th of a millimeter. There is literally no room for error. And this chart, wow, this just brilliantly shows you how tight these tolerances are. Just look at that collar depth. The part is considered perfect when it's just 1/100th of a millimeter inside the limit. I mean, that is thinner than a human hair. It's incredible. And they don't stop there. This high-tech check is kind of like an MRI for the steel itself. It makes absolutely sure there are no hidden internal cracks that could lead to a catastrophic failure under all that immense stress. So reassembly is just as rigorous as the inspection. Key parts, like bolts and locking plates, they're single-use only. They're never ever reused. And every single bolt is tightened to a precise torque setting to guarantee a perfect, secure fit. This intense focus on just one part, it isn't some isolated thing. It's really a window into the entire philosophy of the Erode shed. It's a culture where relentless improvement is just built into the system. And you see this mindset absolutely everywhere. It's in the simple, brilliant fixes, like using standard car door rubber beading on windows to stop leaks. It's in the high-tech stuff, like adopting thermal cameras to proactively hunt for hotspots after an overhaul. They're not just fixing things. They're constantly making their process better, even creating their own YouTube tutorials to share what they know and raise the bar for everybody. And this slide, this one might be my favorite. It just captures that culture perfectly. An official inspection report notes, cobwebs present. The official response from the shed, all cobwebs removed. Now, this isn't about housekeeping, right? It's a profound statement. If something as trivial as a cobweb is unacceptable, just imagine the zero-tolerance standard they apply to a critical bearing or a brake system. It shows you everything is accounted for. But ultimately, this culture of excellence is all about the people. The system works because the technicians are empowered and they're valued.
These merit awards, they're not just a pat on the back. They're a really crucial part of a feedback loop that reinforces the dedication and the expertise that makes this whole high-stakes operation run so safely. Okay, so we've gone super deep into one tiny component at one single maintenance shed. Why does any of this matter to the rest of us?
Well, because the safety, the reliability, and the efficiency of our entire national rail network rests on this hidden world. What we've seen at the Erode shed isn't just a maintenance plan. It's really a blueprint for industrial excellence. It's proof that in any complex system, whether it's railways, aviation, or even medicine, true resilience is built from microscopic precision, a culture of constant improvement, and just unwavering human dedication.
So the next time you see a train thundering by, maybe you'll remember this unseen world of meticulous actions, a measurement double-checked, a bolt replaced, a hidden flaw detected, all performed by dedicated professionals, just making sure that every single journey is a safe one. Makes you wonder, what other hidden worlds are all around us, keeping our own lives on track?